Okay guys, so as promised, today we're going to do braised oxtails. Now there are a ton of different recipes for braised oxtails, and there are a lot of different recipes and different styles of doing braised oxtails, right? I need to clean my stove. But today, look, I am distracted with the stove. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this after the video. Today we're going to do, I want to call this a Tex-Mex style of oxtails. So for that style, we're going to use flour. That's optional. You can just brown the oxtails without flour, but I like the flour. We got tomato sauce, and we got a Chipotle sauce. Now, sometimes I like to add a little bit of red wine, but this is not a red wine braised oxtail recipe, so this is optional. We'll go by the taste. This is the main ingredient, the Chipotle. Definitely the main ingredient, along with the tomato sauce. Okay, so I've already cleaned my oxtails. I normally clean them in apple cider vinegar and a little bit of water. And then I like a little fat on mine, but I've cut a lot of fat off of these. Just take a knife and go down. I leave some, but I take a lot off because you don't want too much fat. You want to leave a little because that really makes the braising liquid yummy. But you don't want, I mean, it was a lot of fat on these. And it's best to get these from the butcher. I just grabbed these from the market because I didn't have time to go to the butcher, but you don't get the best ones. But we're going to do what we're going to do. Okay, so let's get started browning these. Okay, guys, so now we're ready. Our oil is hot. And here's a little secret. If you put a couple of pats of butter in your oil, it will keep it from burning. Keep the oil from burning, turning your meat black. Now we want to do all sides of these oxtails, not just the top and the bottom, but the sides too. So to me that takes, you know, some time, but like I said, this part is optional. You don't need to do this for this particular recipe. There are lots of different oxtail recipes and styles of cooking it that do call for flour, but you really don't need it for this recipe. You just need to brown it. But I like the flour because it adds to the thickness for my sauce. And you want to do one row at a time. I got a lot of small oxtails in here, so, which to me is another reason you should go to the butcher. But sometimes you just don't have time to go to the butcher. Okay. So we'll come back and take a look at these when they're brown. Okay, now that they're starting to get brown like we want them, you want to just move them on over to the crock pot, which is what I'm slow cooking them in today. And then we'll finish up these little ones and add these, and we'll go to the next part. Of course, these little ones are so much easier to brown. Please don't do what I did. Go to the butcher. Okay, guys, so all of our oxtails are brown. We're going to put them all over here in a crock pot. And now we're going to start on our sauce to pour in on top of this. Okay guys, so let's start on our sauce. Tomato sauce. And I drop the top. And our Chipotle. Now I know this seems very simplified to you, but it is. It's very simple. And it's completely delicious. And I'm just putting it in here to warm it up and mix the Chipotle sauce. And then I'm going to pour that on top of the oxtails. We need a whole lot more. Like I said, this is Tex-Mex style. And there are hundreds of different styles of oxtails recipes that you can try. And this is one of the 3 type that I do. I do a southern style and I also do a French style. Oh yeah. So a little bit more. Don't be stingy with the Chipotle. Mix it in really good. You want that Chipotle flavor very pronounced. Oh, that's perfect. Now, this is what we want to do. Now we're going to take our beef stock and we're going to pour it in here. All of it. And we want to mix it in. And we want to transfer it. And this is 32 ounces. Okay, now it's ready. Now here's where you want to add salt and pepper to taste. I'm out of regular salt, so I'm using sea salt. Don't be like me, don't run out of salt. Definitely need some more. Okay, now we're ready to add this to this. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, and right here is where you want to add your red wine if you choose to. And I could use a little, not too much, because I don't want to change the Chipotle flavor too much. That's perfect. Just want that little kick. Okay. Ready to turn this crock pot on now. Okay. Pour this over here. Okay, guys. Now, I have the sauce in here. It's just covering. I'm gonna put my top on. And then I'm gonna cut this on. 6 hours on high. Hey guys, so listen. I know you have questions about my oxtails. I didn't put any onion, any vegetables. I didn't do any of that. I will be adding onions after 2 hours. You do not have to add your onions and your vegetables right away. In fact, I would suggest that you not do that. Because it takes so long for the oxtails to braise, you don't have to put your vegetables in right away. So probably at the halfway mark, 2 or 3 hours, then you can go in and you can throw in whatever you're going to put in. The only thing I'm adding is onion and maybe some veggies, because sometimes I don't like the veggies, because sometimes I do like, you know, potato mash and a veggie on the side, so I don't necessarily need them in the stew. I'm not making the oxtail stew. If you're making a stew, you're gonna throw everything in a pot, that's cool. I am doing mashed potatoes to go with that, so I probably would just add my onions and my garlic. And I sent my husband out for some real salt because that sea salt was not cutting it, and we're gonna add some real salt. But again, I'm doing mine Tex-Mex style, and the way that I do Tex-Mex style, for me, it's all about the meat and the sauce and some onions. So I don't throw a bunch of veggies in there. And again, there are different styles of oxtails. If you go on YouTube, there are so many different types that you can make. Jamaican style, Southern style, French style. There's tons of different ways you can do oxtails, and this is one of the 3 versions that I do. I also do a Jamaican style, and I also do a Southern style with lots and lots of gravy and onions and veggies, more like a stew style. So I will see you in 3 hours when we add the onions and the garlic, and then we will see the finished product 6 hours from now. Okay, thanks guys, bye. Okay guys, it's been 6 hours. My oxtails are ready. So I have a potato mash here. We're gonna take one out and set it on top of it. Okay guys, so here it is. Tex-Mex style oxtails with a potato mash. And at the 3 hour mark, I added my onions, my garlic, and some diced tomatoes. Looks really good.